military system of the Ndebele state. Mzilikazi organized his state into regimental towns. Each town was a settlement of soldiers and some supporting civilians. And each of those towns was commanded by an Induna. This means that the state had a standing army, and this army defended the state. It carried out raids, it looked after the king's cattle, and waged wars of expansion and conquest. The state was highly militarized because Mzilikazi had learned this during his time under Chaka. So even Lobengula adopted the same system. The Induna was an administrator of the town, as well as a military commander. Now, these Indunas had positions. The provinces were under a person called an Induna Inkulu, and then the districts were under Indunas of a lower rank. These were simply called Indunas. Now, these regional and district leaders kept the king regularly informed on the affairs of the state. The regimental towns were grouped into 4 provinces. As I said, each one of those provinces was under an Induna Ikulu, appointed by the king himself. The provinces were divided further into regimental towns, and each of those regimental towns were under an Induna and had its own regiment, which means it had an army that was there. Now, the position of these Indunas, or the Induna Inkulu, was not hereditary. It was just by nomination by the king himself. Some of the king's wives controlled the provinces together with these Induna Inkulu, and therefore these wives had power even over the Indunas. And this encouraged total control of the state by the king, because the wives would regularly report the affairs of those provinces and even districts and towns to the king. And this was done to ensure that there won't be any problems in the state. Remember, the Ndebele state was not very big by way of surface area. So it was easy for Mzilikazi to control it militarily. It was not very difficult for him to do that.